Hi, this is Eva for Once Upon a Timeline, and today we're going to talk about some changes to the famous Woodstock Music Festival of 1969. Now, I got cued into this because I was watching Lone Eagle's recent video where he talked about some things about Woodstock that he didn't remember, and when I looked into it, I saw some different things that he has not mentioned. So the first thing that got my attention was this article, 10 Facts You Didn't Know About Woodstock on the anniversary of the iconic outdoor festival. Okay, so the first one that I saw that surprised me is supposedly Woodstock didn't actually take place in Woodstock. Apparently people in this timeline can't get any of their facts straight because Woodstock, despite being called Woodstock, the three-day festival actually took place in a different New York town. And weirdly, they didn't mention the name of the town, so I looked it up. And supposedly it was a town called Bethel, located in Sullivan County. Bethel is 43 miles southwest of the town of Woodstock in adjoining Ulster County. So Woodstock took place in Bethel, not Woodstock, which I think is pretty weird. All right, here's another one. Rain delayed the show. Now, I was watching Lone Eagle's footage, and I did not remember ever seeing any rainy images of Woodstock or have that mentioned ever. It was sunny. It was people were not wearing clothes because it was hot. Apparently, here they weren't wearing clothes because it was raining and they got all muddy. So this one's a weird one. You can see all these images here of people in the mud, rainy mud. Not to mention it rained on the third day of the festival. Almost everyone and everything was covered in mud. Now, some of the locations are saying it started raining on Saturday. Other locations are saying vaguely that it was delayed and that it did rain on Sunday. But there's now a lot of these very muddy images that I've just never seen. If you look at images along the road, people are walking along the road and the road is all muddy. I've never seen that before. I never saw the cars there all just surrounded by mud puddles and stuff. So just weird. No rain for me. I've never even heard of that. Okay. Oh, here's the image here. See all these puddles? I've never seen anything like that. Okay, so finally, New York State Thruway never actually closed. Now, I've seen quite a number of documentaries and old information shows on this event, and I've never heard. They always said that the Thruway was closed, that the state police did not want it to happen, and so they shut the Thruway. But now, despite rumors, the New York State Thruway was shut down. State police actually only closed off exits for crowd control while Woodstock was going on. So now they're saying they never actually closed the road, but it just seemed like that because of the backed up traffic, which, no, they always said that they closed the road. So now apparently the traffic was just backed up and everybody walked, is the story now. That's just really weird to me. Another thing that surprised me was when Lone Eagle was talking about this Altamont concert. This concert happened in Northern California, not far from where I grew up, and I've never heard of it. But supposedly several months after Woodstock, the Rolling Stones wanted to have their own free concert and kind of upstage Woodstock. And so they hired the Hells Angels to do security, and they paid them $500 plus all the beer they could drink, which doesn't sound like a very good plan in retrospect, but not even on any time. So the Hells Angels apparently got drunk and just started smacking everybody around, and there were 4 deaths at this concert. And so this article here is kind of ripping into the concert. They're saying that it was Rolling Stones' greed, that they didn't want to pay much money for a more secure environment. They wanted to make more money. Jagger vetoed playing at a safe venue in Sonoma County, where he wouldn't retain all the distribution rights to the film. He wanted to make a film on this, apparently. So they filmed at a raceway in Altamont. Hell's Angels, loaded on drugs and cheap wine, were hired to provide security for the event. One man was brutally murdered, another drowned, and two others were hit by a car. The Grateful Dead refused to continue their set, but the Stones played on. And then they're saying that a documentary about it was also biased. I don't know. The whole thing is just weird. I just never heard of it. No water, no food, no toilets, and security provided by violent, drugged-up Hell's Angels. Weird. There's some images of the Hell's Angels smacking people with pool cues. Supposedly, they even hit other band members that were playing. They just smacked everybody they didn't like, supposedly, is the story. I don't know, that whole thing, that was covered by Lone Eagle also, but I just wanted to bring it up because that actually supposedly occurred near my old home, so I'm pretty surprised about it. Anyway, so there you go. Woodstock did not happen at Woodstock. It rained through much of Woodstock, and the road to Woodstock was never closed. This is Eva signing off for Once Upon a Timeline.